After reading Act 3, Scene 5, we don't have any new characters to add, but we do have some changes to make. There have been some character relationship changes, and this whole chart is about character relationships. So the first thing I've done is I moved Samson and Gregory out of the way, and I moved Gregory's line to Capulet up here, and I'll show you how I did that by moving Samson's. First thing to do is click on Samson's line, and then you can click on the part that goes to Lord Capulet and drag it to the top so it no longer makes all those weird bends. And because that goes off the page, we can now drag it down a little bit. All right. And now that we've done that, we have some changes in these four characters over here, don't we? There has been some falling out between mother, child, father, child, and nurse and child in the Capulet house. So originally, there was love there, and we want to continue to show that. So what we're going to do is add some new changes. And the first one is probably Lady Capulet towards Juliet, right? It's kind of complex. I'm going to use a curved connector. And I know I said last time we would do that for when you killed somebody. We're also going to use it to show a change in characters' relationships, because that certainly happens here. So the first thing we'll do is we'll select a curved connector, and we want to go from Lady Capulet down to Juliet. Okay. And, parents get angry with children. It happens. And I know children get angry with parents. But when somebody says, where's her line? And I wish the online version had the line numbers so it would be easier to find. We might get back in school again in time for us to use the books, and you could find the lines a lot easier that way. But it is line 139 and 140 of Scene 5, where Lady Capulet is talking to her husband, and she says, "Aye, sir, but she will none. She gives you thanks. I wish the fool were married to her grave." Thanks, Mom. Married to the grave. That's a pretty significant change. And then I'm just going to let that one be read for now. Okay, that's showing some pretty good hatred, right? And it continues. Capulet comes in. He calls her baggage, which they translate to being like a hussy. All right, so that's not good. And then he goes on. He's talking about all the wonderful things he's presented for her in Paris. And then, where is it? Look at line 189. Graze where you will, you shall not house with me. So he's going to kick you out. And then later on, he goes on to say, I'll give you to my friend, and you be not hang, beg, starve, die in the streets. Okay, Dad. That's showing some pretty intense hatred. So we're going to put a curved line of red from father down to daughter. Because at this point in the play, both parents are so discouraged with her, let's make these arrows, and that she won't go along with their little plan, that they're willing to disown her. We'll see if that changes. And then, I've got Juliet's arrows going back. I'm not sure if she really feels hatred towards them. Maybe she feels abandonment. I don't know. She doesn't really say negative things about them. She pleads with them a lot. But the one person she does show negative feelings towards, who still loves her, is the nurse. The nurse tells her it's probably better if she stays with Paris, because he's, Romeo's a dishcloth to him. Oh, no. She says, please. She says, be true, my very heart. So she does say, forgive me for speaking honestly. But she gives Juliet the advice that she does not want to hear. And how does Juliet respond in line 236? Ancient damnation, O most wicked fiend. So I'm going to change our little line here from Juliet to nurse. I want a curved connector. We'll start from here, and we'll go to here. That's perfect. And let's make this Juliet towards the nurse, because I believe the nurse still loves Juliet. She's trying to do what she thinks is best for her. But Juliet, at this point, she's not very happy with the advice the nurse gave her. We probably could take this line and make it go both ways, right? After we saw Juliet and the nurse teasing each other back in Act 3, they certainly showed love for each other, okay? Family love, mother-daughter kind of love. It was good. Now, there's one more line I want to add, because Lady Capulet has spewed some very nasty things towards Romeo, right? Now, I think she has some cause for that. If everything is true that has been presented to her, then Romeo does deserve everything that she wants him to have. He does deserve to die. So let's take a connector from Lady Capulet. Let's start here. And bring it towards Romeo. We got to move Samson a little bit, but I'm okay with that. It started okay. I don't think Romeo necessarily hates her. He probably would like to get along with his new mother-in-law, but she's not going to have any of it. Now that line kind of goes right through Capulet. Let's pause this and see if I can fix this, all right? I'm going to change my view. I don't like lines going through characters, which is probably why I should have changed things over here earlier. So we made all the hatred arrows black like we're supposed to, okay? As I've been showing you in the notes. And I think we're good now, because we're now showing that Lord Capulet's hating the way Juliet is acting, whether he hates her or not, I don't know. Same thing with Lady Capulet. It's probably the same for Juliet. We can infer that she's pretty done with her parents now. And the nurse, she's certainly finished with as well. All right? So let me zoom back out, see how that looks. And I think we're ready for the play to continue.